Do you know that humans were also locked up for their own fellow creatures' amusement? Specifically, Westerners imprisoned the Aboriginal people in the same way as animals and organized stores to collect money. It was not until 1958 that the large-scale human zoo was officially closed. When did the human zoo exist? It all started with European colonization that discovered many exotic animals and rare treasures in Asia and America. From there, they started to build a zoo to display what they found. However, simply displaying animals couldn't satisfy the thirst of treasures of the civilized people of that time. So in the 15th century, navigator Christopher Columbus captured the Aboriginal people he encountered on his journey and brought them back to Europe. After that, a huge zoo was built. Here, they confined many Aborigines of many different races with other wild animals for tourists to visit. From the 18th century, human zoos of various races became more common. In an era without television, the human zoo became the most popular pastime in Europe between 1870 and 1940. More than 1 billion people flocked to such human exhibitions like that. The tragic fate of the people in the zoo. When visitors come to visit, the Aborigines in the human zoo are required to perform a number of special customs, dances, or rituals to satisfy the curiosity of the visitors. Sometimes these people even threw food over the fence for the Aborigines to eat. In addition, the Aboriginal people are also seen as items sold over and over again, and the quality of life isn't guaranteed. Sarah Baartman is the most famous case in this dark history. She was born in the Eastern Cape Province, South Africa in 1789. Sarah's distinctive appearance was what brought money to slave traders. She has a big butt and strange genitals. She was sold to London and locked up in a zoo to satisfy the curiosity of white people. In order to see Sarah's body clearly, the civilized people even forced her to be naked. VIP customers even spent a lot of money to be able to touch Sarah or bring her home to display. After 6 years, Sarah died at the age of 26 after torture. After her death, Sarah's body was dissected by humans in the name of science. They concluded that the plague had a closer relationship with animals. However, Sarah is very intelligent and has a good language skills. A tool to demonstrate white people's civility. Besides being abducted, some Aboriginal people volunteered to join the human zoo. However, most of them were deceived. As empires in Europe and America expanded their colonies around the world, the whites sought ways to prove they were the most civilized group. They propagated that the Aborigines are barbarians and they are the bringers of peace and happiness. The white people locked the Aborigines and the natives behind the fence to prove to the public that they were backward, primitive, and barbaric. Later, countries like France and Germany also tricked many people into working in black villages. Gradually fade, but never lost. According to the development of the times, a number of human rights organizations have begun to operate regularly. They are constantly criticizing human zoos and human exhibitions. However, the large-scale human zoo remained in existence until 1958. After World War II, the population turned to political and economic events, and television became a mode of entertainment. That's why human exhibitions were no longer popular. However, to this day, the human zoo hasn't really disappeared. A typical example is India Jarawal Reserve, a tourist area that attracts hundreds of curious visitors every day. Here, primitive tribes are still the focus. Many Aboriginal people danced and sang, and some women even performed naked in exchange for rewards for visitors. Thanks for watching the video in Famous People channel. Goodbye and see you soon.